So you can see the dials have all been cleaned up. I didn't take out the glass out of the speedometer and the fuel gauge and so on because I just don't want to be tampering with that. It'll look clearly a problem. But the nice thing is this particular unit here, actually the face does pop off. You're able to take out the metal plate behind it, clean it all up and reinstall it. These are wires from an old stereo that was put in there. We'll see what we're going to do there. Maybe find some kind of retro stereo to go in that has maybe some Bluetooth connectivity and a few things like that. Maybe be able to connect the iPhone and so on to it. That'd be great. So we took most of the dashboard out, most of the components, cleaned it all up, spray painted it. The challenge with these dashboards is that over the ages they get old and they crack. I wanted to take it out, but there are screws in the dashboard that you just can't get to because of the windscreen, because of the tilt and the rake on the windscreen. I couldn't get the dashboards out because of these screws that are, as you can see, right down by the window there. You can't get to them. But this has been spray painted with a special plastic enamel paint and color matched, tried to color match to the original dashboard. You'll see a couple of perforations over here where there was a unit that was screwed into that on the top. We're actually going to put a different plate on there to rest drinks and those kinds of things, but it already starts to look a lot better. As you can see, if I step back, everything has been stripped out. The chairs are in the process of being cleaned and organized. So these are the interior door trim panels. Louise did a great job in doing a nice job spray painting all of these, but they look really super. They look really fresh. Of course, it's all color matched and will look great going back in. These are actually painted from the factory, but of course over the years the paint starts to flake, so we've taken care of all that, treated it properly, prepared the surfaces, and you'll see when it goes back in. Hello ladies, you're watching what's going on. Poppy, you got some dust on your head. Let me see, let me wipe that off. Oh, I'll put even more on. There we go.
Okay, I'll try again. Talk about amateur. I've just shot the whole video and from here up was actually cut off, which is, in my opinion, not a bad thing. But here we go again. So this is my workspace. We have a 3-car garage. There isn't any space for a car in here because I'll pan around and you can see that everything that's been taken out of the coach now lives in here. So super organized. Anyway, my job back here at this end of the garage is to repaint the cabinets. There's 3 overhead cabinets that we took out, and this is what I'll show you a close-up. This is what it looked like before. So there's lots of grease, lots of water stains, and on top of that lots of melamine, which means that it's quite tricky to get paint to stick to. So lots of steps involved. First step was to do degreasing, to take all the grease off, then a lot of sanding with the hand sander to scratch up the surface of the melamine to get the primer to stick. So 2 coats of primer, then sanding, 2 coats of top coat, and we went with this colour, which was good because it was left over from our house renovation. We're going with all warm grey tones, so that works quite well on this. So 2 coats of that, and then after that 2 coats of the polyacrylic, which I'm hoping is going to give a hard finish. When we come to open the cabinets, then there won't be any scratching, hand marks. It'll be able to be wiped a little bit easier. So that's the idea of that. So hopefully that will work. So let's check what Ian's been up to today. He's such a keener that he would stay in here all night if there was enough light. I know he's been building the bench, and I know he's not going to let that go until it's finished. So let's see what progress he's made. Hey, darling.
Hey, my love.
How's it going?
It's going great.
It's looking good.
It's going great. In fact, it's going awesome. It's getting there, baby.
So this will be the banquette. We've done some modifications along the way because we're going to be struggling with storage, and we found a few extra inches here. So this is going to be a doorway, so we can reach that, even if it's just for a couple of extra bottles. But it's space is space. Over this side, this is where the water heater or water storage will go back, and we'll have a front door that will drop down so we can access that there. But it's looking good.
I just put this piece on upside down. But that's okay. It's an easy correction. Okay, so we're building out back some of the interior cabinetry. This is going to be a little seating area here, like an L shape. Then over here, inside here, the water heater is going to go. And then above that, there's going to be a storage unit to the right. And what we're basically doing is, this is very temporary right now, it's just kind of working it out. This actually acts as two things. It acts as a bit of a soundproof. There's going to be wood sitting on top where the bench is going to go. So it'll stop also the vibration of the sound coming through. And you can see here the wood has been cut. This will have a top on the, or a seating piece on the top. We'll have doors at the front, and there will be an arm here. So you just so you can see how it's being constructed. So you can see the screws are not in there yet, but there is basically screwed in to the base and into the side to hold the panels into place, and the same all the way around. So the whole idea is that nothing moves, nothing squeaks. It's not fastened in yet, that's why you can still see a little bit of gaps. And this has got of course a plastic covering on it. That's actually a waterproof or waterproofed piece of boarding. So if there was a water leak, at least the water will just sit on the top and it won't absorb into the woods. Anyway, just a quick update. A bit of a rainy day today, however, got some progress started. So what's been happening recently? I've got all the electricals back in play. You might remember the video that I showed that was just a complete quagmire. Well, it's now all back in. It's all tested, it's all relabeled, all the cables are labeled. I even have all the cables labeled at the top here, so when I come back in at some point in the future, we know exactly what is what. I have the air compressor pump all back in place. Still needs to be checked and tested by the dealership and maybe even still be replaced, but at least now it's functioning. What I've also installed is switch plates for my water heater with on-off switches. I have GCFIs. All that one's not actually in the wall yet because I need to figure out where actually on the wall it's going to go. But everything's looking good. Also arrived this week. Sorry about the bright light here, but new fans and very super exciting. So again, all good stuff. The front fan matches the back fan, except the back fan, or the front fan rather, does not have a light in it yet. Or not doesn't have a light, it's not going to have a light, it doesn't have the light fitted. And today's job is carpet install. I've already started some carpet install, as you can see. It's just roughed in right now, it's just doing pre-cut, but I have to have the panels put in, see where the carpet goes. The carpet then fits over the panels to hide all the screws and things, so I'm just kind of cutting that out, and we'll see how that develops.
So today we're installing the camera system and just about to install the pre-wire. So let me show you how that looks like.
So this is the camera system. This is going to be for the reverse camera, front camera. I also have side cameras, which given the length of the vehicle, will also work for when overtaking or people want to overtake. That will plug in to the side. So I have the dash off as I'm doing the carpets and everything else. So what I've just done, I've just fished the wire through the back of the console through to the front here, and I've made handy labels so I know exactly what is what, because I'm not going to actually install it and fix it today, but just get it pre-wired today. And the same on this side, but the wire goes all the way. I've got to basically pin it in, but it goes all the way back to the back of the bus, and we'll go through the ceiling at the very back. You might be able to see it hanging down there, but either way I will show you once that looks like, once it's all been put in, and you can get to see how it looks on the screen.